I come from a dynamics perspective. And so my interest is like, okay, I'm going to put some dynamics into the cascade and see what impact that has. Should I bother doing this? Is essentially the question we were trying to ask, trying to answer. Like, should I bother going to all the effort of building a dynamic model of a cascade? Is that going to give me a fundamentally different understanding of the risk associated with the system? Because if it doesn't, then this is a waste of time. Okay, so it's kind of like, what's the point in doing this modeling? Let's see if it helps. And so then there's a question of, okay, well, which dynamics? Because dynamics is just anything that changes with time. And so there's an awful lot of opportunities and options that you have here. So we can start with the kind of traditional frequency kind of stuff, which can span from essentially instantaneous response after a disturbance in the inertia range through primary control into kind of secondary AGC control. So how we kind of reschedule our generators and bring our frequency back. We've then got voltage regulation problems. So stuff with voltage, how that's affected by demand, how power rebalancing within our system is going to affect that stuff. And then we've also got down here, it's like, what are the protective devices that are operating on these different ranges as well? So if there's a faulty element, how long does it take to remove that from the system? If we've got under frequency load shedding or under voltage load shedding, how long does that take to operate? We've got things like branch overload protection. So if a line gets overloaded, at some point we need to trip it out because it's going to melt. We've got overexcitation, underexcitation limits on our generators. We can redispatch those generators. And again, we can choose to redispatch our demand if we have control over it as well. So there's all of these potential options. And I'll tell you now, doing all of it is too much. So we couldn't do all of it. We had to make some choices, especially as a kind of first pass.